As we speak, Russia is blowing up Kiev. No longer Kiev. But actually, they can call it whatever they want now. They don't have a bunch of San Francisco helicopter moms hovering over them, making sure they pronounce it with one syllable. We don't want to upset Sean Penn. Is that my daughter in there? Great acting. I'm glad you won that little gold statue. You know how much that's worth now? Is it all gold? I don't think anything in Hollywood is actually filled up with sand. It's probably just going to flake off. The gold on the Oscar. It's just gold plated. They use them for dildos anyway, probably. So this is what's going on. This is why Russia feels confident enough to just start firing whatever they wish at Kiev. Remember Chicken Kiev? I always liked cordon bleu myself. I preferred that. Chicken Kiev. I never understood why they just didn't call it Kiev. And look at you, Sean Penn. Look at you. When the real shadow price of silver is roughly $1,890, but New York is only willing to pay 79 of their worthless paper dollars for it. They're not even willing to pay the current spot price of 90, but that's just a lie. They're willing to pay whatever for it. But since there's going to be a shortage, and who's holding all the silver? One major indicator of who's holding all the cards would be the bombing. The bombing. That CNN is acting like, oh my God, I just heard the Midas Touch Boys yesterday. Man, they were good content for about 36 hours. Once this Epstein stuff hit, they were good for about 36 hours until they started reporting on how Ukraine's about ready to win the war. That was yesterday. Literally. That's what they said yesterday on a podcast. I heard him say it, and I was just like, you're a jackass. You are an absolute what are you doing? Why don't you just stick to the Trump-Epstein stuff? That's where we were good, man. Stop all this rewriting of history or just conjuring up. It's not a movie. It's not a movie. Jack, it's not a movie anymore. Rob Reiner, we can't ask him any questions right now, but I bet he was probably, in the very few moments that he had left, probably thinking to himself, damn it, I was really out of my depth here. I had no idea my son would actually hate my guts because I probably that and that and this, and I like to open mouth kiss him in front of people. What is wrong with that generation of men? These boomers, they live in a fantasy world. They're all like Steve Jobs. They think it up. I just think it up. And then they psychopath everybody into doing it for them. That's called narcissism. That's called narcissistic abuse. Boomers. China's a doubt. They just slapped your ass. Not in a good way. Not in the way that Trump likes to rub Bubba's rear when he's, Bill Clinton, the Rockefeller, the illegitimate Rockefeller child, Bill Clinton, the one that was running all the heroin and cocaine out of, that little airport in Arkansas. That's duty-free, baby. That's duty-free property. They got that set on. Just a little municipal airport there in Mena, Arkansas. That's where all them drugs were coming in. That the Bushes and the Clintons, who are Rockefellers, Probably Obama's in there too. Him and Mike. And he likes to go out, and he's a closet, and he really likes to partake in the party. That's what these people do. Their front is just it's only that. One's an actor, everybody. These elitists are this is the same bloodlines that were smuggling slaves and drugs. They're still smuggling drugs. Those are the ones that are responsible for the opium wars. It's the same 13 families over and over and over again. They live in the sea. They're the sea people. That's why America's maritime law. Duh. This is their country. Duh. They came out of Holland and shit. Those guys. And they were British. And then they're moving around all over the place. They're really active people. Some of them lived in Hong Kong for a while. And then somebody dumped 20, this was like 1800, somebody dumped like 20,000 kegs of, the Chinese government said, stop poisoning our people, and threw a bunch of heroin into the ocean. And then, the little hurt English boys, little members of the 13 families, they went back to Parliament and cried and cried and cried. That started the first opium war. And then they didn't get enough done with the first one. They had another one. They had another one. We got to have these people hooked on opium. That's where all of our investment is. That's how they got Hong Kong. But not anymore. See, everything corrects itself. You have to be there. You can't just be making promises while you sit in your fat cat leather chair, while you're running international SA rings, drug smuggling operations. You're overseeing the Kumite in Hong Kong with Hunter Biden, and you got full body tattoos because you're members of the triads, and you're love to see the blood fly with the Kumite, and you're running hookers and drugs and billions, and you're lying to everybody in America because you're the best, and oh man, I've got all these charities, and oh, I'm friends with Sean Penn, and give me back my son and daughter, and well, the circus is over, people. We're still poor. It's just pretty soon we're probably going to get, it's going to get real ugly.